Hi, welcome to my channel, Crafty Me. My name's Hana Me. This is my first video. I wanted to share my craft and art adventures with you guys. Let's get into it. Here's my first project. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Ah, okay. This is my son's. He got this from his grandma when he was a lot younger, years ago. And he painted the inside blue. Asked him for my first project if I could repaint it for him, make it something cool that he's really into nowadays. He's 12. So let's take a look at it. Okay, I showed you guys the inside was blue already. See the many beautiful, beautiful shades of blue. On the top here it says spiders and bugs. First, I'm thinking I need to do like primer top coat. So just to kind of even it out, because there's like all kinds of, I don't know. And yeah, you can just do it and see what happens. Alright, while you guys watch me spray the coat of white on my chest, I'm going to explain to you guys that I am in no way, shape, or form a professional artist. A lot of these things you guys will see me do are brand new to me. So those of you out there who know what they're doing might find yourselves being like, why? No! Stop it! Please, just don't. What is she doing? Alright, well anyway, I'm going to get out a bunch of paint, a bunch, and I'm going to explain to you guys what my idea is. So me and my son both love Zelda. I've loved it forever. I recently got him into it. So I thought, what better way to update his chest than paint it with some Zelda theme? Alright, I'm going to give you guys your first paint close-up. That was gross. It came out all liquidy like diarrhea. It was gross. I'll give you guys a better one later. Well, anyway, I decided to paint like a forest scene with Koroks throughout it. If you guys don't know what Koroks are, they are these like foresty tree leaf guys hiding throughout the game. Alright, so here's your next paint close-up. Oh my gosh, so much better. It's nice. Came out nice and smooth. Okay, anyway, so you guys are seeing me paint more grass. This is my second shade, and in a moment you guys will see the third shade I decided on, and I don't know why I left it for so long. Eventually later in the video you'll see me change it. I hated it. I thought it was too neon, and I don't know why I didn't fix it right away. So anyway, here I'm painting some dirt path going up to the top, some little dirt patches here and there. I looked up a lot of different like cartoon forest pictures and Zelda forest pictures just to get some inspiration and idea and go about that. Another thing is this camera angle. My stupid head kept getting in the way, and it was driving me bananas. I kept figuring out a different way. When I finally figured out a way to film it from the top, I was so excited. I'll show you guys how I figured it out right now. Oh my gosh, guys, isn't this so much better? I'm so excited. All right, anyway, let's move on. I got that blue out, and I am desperately trying to get this gray open. It's being a pain in the butt. And yeah.
Hooray!
Thank you. Anyway, so I wanted to have the blue in the background that's going to be the sky not be like so neon and stand out. So I called my sister, who is an artist, and I'm like, how do I do that? How do I mute it? And she's like, add gray to it. So that's what I did. So you guys are seeing me here paint little stripes that's going to be the sky peeking between the background trees. I'm not going to bore you guys with every single paint stroke. So there and there and one more there. All right, so let's move on to the trees. But before we do, we better save every little bit of that precious blue. I don't think I ever used it again, but better to be safe than sorry. So the brown I'm using, I picked out for the trees that are going to be more in the foreground. Is that right? I don't know. Anyway, so I took that brown and I used my sister's advice again, and I added some gray to it to kind of make it a little lighter, more muted, like in the background. I was trying to get this like it to look like there was sun shining back there, and then the front of it, the foreground, I don't know what it's called, but I wanted it to look like it was shaded by those trees that are going to be more up front. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I guess I'll figure it out eventually, and I need to stop saying the word out. So let's move on. So I'm finishing painting up these background trees, and I'm not going to show you guys me painting all four sides because that'd be boring. But just know I did it. I promise. All right, so now we're going to move on to the trees that are more in the front, like I was trying to explain earlier. So here's the brown that I used with the gray for the background trees, but this is its brown all by itself. It's stupid. I'm sorry. You guys are probably like, yeah, we get it. Just move on already. Alright, okay. Alright, so I'm painting those trees nice and thick, get lots of coats, and boop, bap, beep, boop, bap, beep. Pretty sure that was too many beep, bop, boops for how many trees I actually have. So, onto the branches. While you guys watch me paint branches, I just want to take the opportunity to thank you guys so much for watching me. I am so excited. I love being creative. I wanted to learn more, and I thought, why not share it with you guys? So please like, subscribe, turn on all those notifications, do all that business. You know what I'm talking about. Thanks, guys. So anyway, let's get all these branches done. So branch, branch, branchy, branch, branch. There. All right, move on to the top. So the top, I'm painting this like dark foresty green. This is meant to look like all the leaves that are on top of those trees in the front. And this paint was so thin, I had to paint so many layers of paint on it. I got impatient, and when I start painting the leaves here with that same green on the lip and the front, you're gonna see here, I started laying it on like so thick. Like, I don't know if you're supposed to do that, but I was like, I don't want to paint over these leaves like 4 bazillion times. Don't make me. So, as you see, as this goes on, you're going to be like, dang, that's thick. See? Thick. Wait! Put them bricks on. This is where I couldn't handle that neon green anymore, and my paintbrush won't stay. 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 Good boy. Now I'm going to take that neon green and mix it with some gray, and look at that. Strange. Just so nice. All right, guys, so we're going to start painting over that neon green. Some of you might be like, it's not that bad. But I just hated it. I just didn't feel like it fit. And it looks so much better, don't you think? And also, like, if I would have painted the Koroks on that neon green, I just felt like they wouldn't have stood out. I feel like with this lighter green, like, they'll just look so much better. And I think if I would have left it, it would have driven me bananas. All right, so here's where I start sketching out the Koroks. I just Googled a bunch of images of Koroks. So if you've never played the game, don't go looking for these guys I've painted and drawn. If you've played the game and you're like, I don't recognize that guy, it's because he's not in the game. So I just took from different images and kind of came up with my own little guys. I liked this guy. He was just so round and cute. And I gave him holding this like stem with 2 leaves because in the game some of those use those to like float around and everything. And then here, this is where I was like, oh poop, I forgot to finish painting leaves. I got so distracted with that terrible neon grass that I was like, oh crap, I didn't finish. All right, so back to drawing the Koroks. I loved this guy so much. I loved his position, him sitting down. He just looks like a chubby little bubby. I loved his little star face leaf thing I gave him. And I was so mad. Later, you see, I paint like blades of grass over his feet, and he didn't look like he was sitting anymore. I was so mad. But oh well. And then this guy, I was trying to make him look like he was standing on like his tippy toe on one foot. I just didn't like the way it looked, so eventually I just had him like standing there, making it look like he was waving hi to everybody. Alright, and in this spot, you just see the chest shaking and nothing being done because I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I was so engrossed in drawing these Koroks, but I was drawing a Korok over there and it was out of view. And this one, I'm like tilting the chest while I draw him. You could barely see him. He has like a little flowery face. I don't know what I was thinking. So let's get to painting these guys. So when I was trying to figure out colors for these guys, I wanted them all to have their own different shades of brown. I wanted them to stand out all on their own and be, the unique little guys that they are. And if you're wondering why do they all have to be brown because you haven't played the game, it's because they're made out of bark. They're tree bark guys, and they have little leaf faces. And that's the other thing. I didn't want all the leaves to be green, so I do some yellow leaves, red. Just, I guess these are fall Koroks. I can't remember in the game if any of the guys really had red, orange, and yellowy leaf faces and stuff. And I guess now that I'm telling you guys this, I could have Googled that. And I didn't. But my guys do, and I thought they were cute. If you are a big Zelda fan and you're watching this and you're like, this girl does not pronounce any of the Zelda terms properly. Like, I don't know if it's Korok, Kuruk, Kar. I don't know. No one ever corrected me. In my house, we call them Koroks. Might be wrong. Like, my favorite Zelda of all time is Ocarina of Time. I know that's a lot of people's favorite. And I don't even know if I'm saying Ocarina. Is it Ocarina? Ocarina? I don't know. I know that me and my sister just made up pronunciations of things, and we just did it forevermore. No one ever corrected us. So don't come at me, all right? But anyway, another thing I liked about these little Korok guys, besides being so stinking cute when we played the game, was if you find them, they give you this little seed. I put seed in quotes. Just imagine my air quotes right now as I say this, because it's basically a little yellowy golden turtlet. Yeah, it's just like a little Hershey Kiss yellow poop. And they're like, oh, you found me. Here's my poop. I'm sure other people who've played the game are like, no, but come on. Spoiler alert if you haven't played the game yet. If you find all 900 and you go to Hetsu, the main big Korok guy, I guess he's not the main one, but he's a big Korok guy, and you give him all the seeds, he'll give you a giant golden poop. It looks like poop, okay? And even if you look at the description, it says it smells funny. And I've said poop a lot. I'm going to say it one more time. Poop. Aw, here's the little guy you guys didn't see me draw. Say hi.
Hi.
Oh, he's so cute. And you know what? You don't get to see me paint him either because my camera ran out of battery and I didn't notice. So I guess you guys will never see me do anything to him. And here's the other little guy you guys barely saw me draw because I had the chest tilted. So let's move on to the tree accents. The bark grain. I don't know what to call it. The tree detail. So I took the color that I wanted for the main tree detail, the ones that are up front closer to us, and I added gray to it, just like I did for the main bark color for the trees earlier in the video. I don't know what to call that. I don't know terms. Maybe as I make these videos and I go along, you guys can teach me. People can be like, stupid, it's whatever the word is for it. I don't know. Or maybe you guys are like, no, you're fine. You're right. You've been right all along. And I don't know if you guys can see that little gray spot under the yellow guy. It's supposed to be his shadow. I was trying to make it look like he was floating. And then when I do the grass later, like I ruined the other cute guy's feet that looked like he was sitting down, I put grass around that guy's feet, not thinking, and it didn't look like he was floating. So then there's this like random gray spot. So I had to cover that up too. So like I've said a zillion times, I am a beginner. Maybe if I would have planned things out better, I would have not made so many mistakes. Maybe that's the lesson I'll take from this project. And also, guys, while I was painting this, I kept thinking, this is ugly, I hate it, this looks so stupid. Like, I looked up a picture of a Korok foresty thing that I really liked, and I liked their green in it, so I kind of got the idea from that. And like later on, I don't know what that hand thing is. Anyway, later on, I was looking at it, and I'm like, it's not that bad. It looks good. I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to paint over it. Just going to move on, leave it there. And that was one thing my sister told me to do when I was showing her. I was like, does this look good? And she's like, yes. I was like, I can't decide if I like it. She's like, sometimes when she's making things, she has to walk away from them and come back to them. And she's like, okay, that's fine. That's fine. I was just looking at it for too long. So here's where I started doing all the grass detail. See, I ruined that guy's feet. And so I was like, oh, well, I guess he's not going to have a floating shadow anymore. So here I'm using my dotting tool and just giving little blades of grass everywhere, starting with the lighter color first. And I don't know what it was about using the dotting tool making this grass. It was so soothing and relaxing to me. I would just make like puddles of the color that I was going to make with the grass. and I would just like drag the paint upward from that puddle, and it was just like so calming and soothing and relaxing. I don't know, I just really enjoyed it. Grass done. Let's move on to the top. On the top here, I wanted to paint the Triforce. For those of you that don't know, it's a very popular symbol. Even if you're not super familiar with the game, you might have seen this on stuff before. It's just 3 triangles that make up one big triangle. And here's me trying to do math measurements and whatnot and be very precise. Let's move on to the Posca Pen. I was so excited to get these Posca pens. My aunt bought them for me for Christmas. I've seen other YouTubers use these paint pens, and they're just all popular and wonderful, and I was so happy to get them, and they did not disappoint. I was so excited. And also, I'm using this Posca pen and touching up the edges there because I'm going to paint it gold, and I thought the gold will go down better, and there have to be less layers of gold if I paint yellow underneath it first. So yeah, that was supposed to be like a nice tear off, but gotta touch up the edges there. And here's the beautiful golden paint. I don't know why I said that like a ghost or something, but I don't know. I was obsessed with this paint. I kept stirring it and looking at it in the light, and it's just so pretty. I was so happy. It made me all excited. So let's get this paint on. And you can't tell by those first few strokes because of the way the light's shining on it, but you can tell when I paint towards the bottom, those bottom 2 triangles. This paint took a million layers. I tried to paint it on all thick, didn't help. Just took so many layers to get done, but it looked great when it was all finished. See, so beautiful. Moving on to the inside, my son's favorite color is red, so I wanted to incorporate red somewhere on the inside. So I decided to paint the bottom red. Now I made a big mistake choosing the 2 colors I chose for the inside. As you can see, I'm trying to like dig out the red I had, and I was like, why did I pick this red I have barely any of? Red takes so many layers. It looks okay right now in the like photo. I had to go try and hunt down that red again. I couldn't find it in any store. So I ended up choosing a red that was very similar and using that to make many layers instead. And this brown, I barely had any of that brown too. You'll see me like squirting it out, trying to like squeeze every last bit out of it. And I ended up actually finding this one in the store. I was so happy. So I was able to finish the brown on the chest. The red wasn't so lucky. And boom, done. Looking good. Fix up the outside where some of that brown bled through. Now moving on to the varnish. Look how messy I am, guys. Look at that. Look at it. It's just stuff everywhere. But, oh well. So I wanted to paint a few layers of varnish on this. I wanted it to last my son a while. He's a boy. He's going to be rough on it. So I wanted to make sure it didn't chip. And look at, I don't know why I was so happy to varnish the gold. Made me like all excited. I'm still obsessed with that gold paint. Oh, and here's our friend, guys. Our friend you didn't get to see me draw or paint. You get to see me varnish him. Let's give him extra varnish. Extra, extra love. We'll protect you, guy. Don't you worry. All right, and that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I hope you like the way it turned out. When I showed my son, he was super excited and he liked it, and that's what matters most. Please like and subscribe. Turn on all those notifications. I'd really love to keep sharing all of this with you guys. And I know those photos are bad. I'll get better, I promise.